everybody. Welcome to the Kim Congdon Takeover. I'm your host, Kim Congdon. I'm here with my guest, Chloe LaBranche. Thanks, Chloe. Please tell us more about your...
So I'm using this opportunity to come out as a lesbian. I'm actually dressed like
it's
one
Chloe's
today.
coming out. Yeah, I like your shirt. It's Puerto Rico.
Yes, it is.
Are you pandering for me?
Yeah,
or?
I didn't even realize I did that. That's
Really?
it's the universe. No, I didn't do this on purpose. I'm going to be like, what's
She
the
wore
most
her
Puerto
rincon
Rican thing?
shirt. The most Puerto Rican. Okay.
It's the closest I have to a surf. It's a
Have you
surf
been?
jack. No, one of my brothers went.
It rocks. You should go.
Yeah, I mean, I should get an apartment. I guess there's a lot of things I should do. Well, coming out of the closet, step one.
I just found out Chloe's in her 30s, and
yeah,
I'm shocked.
Really?
Yeah, you look 18.
I think I know why I look better because I'm an alcoholic and an addict. So I should look like I'm about 50, but I look young still because since I was such an alcoholic, I spent most of my time inside, so I never saw sunlight. So it's like a vampire. Like I just never aged. You know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Like I would either only
you have
go
the same skincare as a Japanese woman.
I would only go out when it was dark, or I wouldn't go out at all. You know, I spent all my time in dark places because I used to sleep all day.
Physically and emotionally, it sounds like.
Yes. It was pretty sad.
What's some crazy shit you did when you were drunk? Do you talk about it, or is it like an AA thing where I'm gonna after this I'm gonna find you like on the corner of 6th Street, like
this has all been a lie. Like I'm fucked up right now.
Yeah.
I've been thinking lately about it and
drinking again
all the time. Like lately, only lately.
Why? It sucks.
It does suck, but I think Skankfest triggered me. I didn't drink at Skankfest and I didn't really feel like it. And then I got home and I'm like, I could use a drink.
Why can't you just not drink and do psychedelics? It's so much better. There's no hangover. You don't do things you regret. You still are tripping out and out of your body. Because
it always leads to it. Like when I went to Skankfest 2 years ago, I did told everyone I was sober because I wasn't drinking, but I was on like ketamine and mushrooms and acid and doing coke.
Yeah.
And then I realized like I'm really good at taking acid. That's like, I'm just so good at it. I feel it's the only drug I'm good at. And then I was like, I'm amazing at taking acid. So I took it one weekend, and I took it the next weekend.
Oh, you cannot just do one of anything.
Twice the week after that, and then
too much acid.
And then I took too much acid, and I was like, I need a drink. And then I needed a drink, and then I was exhausted. So then I took a Xanax.
Oh, you're an addict.
Yeah.
You're an addict, a true addict.
Yeah, and then once I started drinking again, I was like, I want to buy cocaine. And so I did. And then I ended up right back in rehab.
No. How many days was that? Is that a couple weeks? Is that a month?
What do you mean? And
from that first point to back in rehab, how quick does it go?
That one was about 3 months.
Wow.
I made it. But I usually don't make it drinking for that long. Usually I'll go back to AA and be like, I'm a monster. I mean, yeah, and it's really hard to do.
And you have to sit in a circle of people. Is that real, the circle?
Yeah, you get to sit on a chair, though. It's not on the floor.
Yeah, no, of course.
I was just picturing us
never pictured it on the floor.
Indian style, and then I was smoking crack. There was this one guy at one of my rehabs named Warren. He was the first rehab I went to, and he was like some guy, I guess, who made a bunch of money in tech, and he would always be crying in group because he would be like,
so much for Alcoholics Anonymous.
Warren could be dead. And this was like 6 or 8 years ago.
Oh my God.
And Warren was like crying in group one day, telling about like his rock bottom. And he was like, every time I start drinking again, all of a sudden I end up with so many cats. And we were like, what? And he was like, I'll have one cat, and then I think people in the neighborhood think Warren's should get another cat, and then I get more cats, and I don't know if I adopt them or I find them on the street. And then he goes, and the final straw for checking into rehab was I was so drunk I threw up on my cat.
No.
And then he goes, but the cat wasn't doing so well, Ferguson. So I took Ferguson to the hospital, and it turned out Ferguson was actually a woman. And Ferguson was pregnant, and then he starts crying, goes, I threw up on my pregnant cat.
No.
Everyone. And then the counselor goes, who's here for Warren? And we all have to raise our hands. It's so crazy.
What the fuck, dude?
And everyone's trying to like not laugh because you have to be supportive, but everyone's like, yeah, we're here for you, man.
Are there people that aren't alcoholics that are there?
Yeah, like drug addicts.
I should go for the bit.
Yeah, but you know, if you go because you smoke weed, everyone will call you a loser.
That's why I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to say that I have a dangerous weed problem.
Yeah, there's
and
always
I'm overeating my carbs. That's why I want to go.
There's always like one guy in rehab who's there for weed, and everyone's like, "You're such a pussy." Like, you know, they're like, "Do heroin." Like, I was at rehab once, and these girls who were like 19 were making fun of me because I've never done heroin. They're like, literally, you've never tried heroin, like, even once? And I was like, no. And they're like, what a loser. And I'm like, you're a loser. You're in rehab, you know?
While you're in rehab?
Yeah.
You're in grippy socks?
Yeah, right? They're not, people in rehab are very unwell, so obviously. You think you go there to get better, but you're just sitting in a room with a bunch of really fucked up drug addicts. You know, it's like when you hang out with people that are like, they're just worse than you, so you're not getting any, you're just getting sicker.
Yeah.
Because you're hanging out with people that are extremely mentally ill.
Yeah.
Then like you'll have a counselor, but like that's not gonna help.
And one counselor's for everyone?
Yeah, like for a group. Like they'll go to like a private session, but then the people who teach the group are just recovering drug addicts.
Counselors
hot?
Well, that was going to be my second question. That was literally my second question. My first question was, are they people that used to be addicts?
Yeah.
Are they hot?
No.
Oh.
You would think they're hot. They call it like rehab goggles, like drunk goggles, because when you first get to rehab, like you always get a boyfriend immediately. It's like really like the first thing I do when I go to rehab. I'm like, who's the hottest guy here? You know,
you get dressed up for rehab.
People,
I feel like I would do
like
that.
Putting on makeup and eyeliner.
I would do that if I was in rehab.
Thing.
Yeah.
And then like when they take you to like AA meetings, people like wear like crop tops and they're like, hi. And they're like this other men's.
Like, I just can't help. Every time I drink, my pussy gets tighter.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's just every time I drink, I get so wet is the thing.
Yeah. I never have sex with anybody when I'm drinking.
What do you do?
I take my alcoholism really seriously. So it's like when I decide to relapse, like don't get in my way. You know, like I'll be drinking alone at a bar and a guy comes and hits on me and I'll say like I'm busy, like literally this is my office. I'm like, this is a full-time job, this is my office. You don't go up to someone at work,
I'm working,
and ask them to have sex with you. I'm at work right now,
okay
know?
And the goal is to just feel as drunk as possible.
Yeah. Usually, like, I went through this phase that every time I'd relapse, I'd like put on a Hawaiian shirt and like hit the road. I'd like put on a Hawaiian shirt.
You have a lay on?
Take out a bunch of cash and be like, I'm going to Brooklyn. No one will find me there.
Oh my God, dude.
I would call this one friend who was such a fucker, and she would just didn't care if I drank, and we'd always joke. I'd be like, I just took out a bunch of cash, meet you in Mexico, and we just call that Williamsburg. We meet at that one bar in Williamsburg that has the floor that's sand.
What?
Yeah, and I'd like put on just like one of my childhood.
You were going
friends.
to a fake beach while you were hammered?
Yeah, because
in Williamsburg?
Yeah, because I thought nobody in Williamsburg, I would never see anyone I knew.
Right, and you don't want people to see you drunk. I'm like so naive, I can't even tell when people are drunk.
I mean, 3 times I've relapsed and I turned around and Dave Attell standing behind me, like, and I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Oh no.
Like,
and you're like, Dave, I'm working.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
And he's like, who are you?
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
It's like,
that's fun.
Yeah, it is until it, yeah. But now
how old were you when you started drinking?
Like 9th grade is when I like actually started like drinking. I mean, I had my first drink younger than that, but I started like going to like parties and stuff in like 9th grade.
I would say same.
And then I started doing coke in 10th grade.
Different.
Yeah, I was like going to all those clubs in New York when I was like in
that's New York
15, 16.
What did your parents do?
My mom was a model.
Okay.
She don't see coming because I'm quite small, and I have the face of my father. Sometimes I say to my dad, I go, my dad's like a really serious guy. I'd be like, Dad, you ever think it's like looking in a mirror? And he'd be like, get away from me.
What does he do?
My dad worked in like finance. I'm one of 7. So I
Did they have a big age difference, your dad and your mom?
No, but they're divorced now.
Okay, so he was like a rich dude that married a model.
Yeah,
like classic.
basically, yeah.
Some New York
and then
shit.
they have 7 kids, and then they get divorced, and then everything.
7?
Yeah, I have 5 brothers and 1 sister.
Wow, holy shit.
Yeah, it's a real New York moment.
So you're going out You had a fake ID. You were in New York. See, I had a fake ID, but we only had literally one club in my town called County Line.
Where did you grow up?
Like in the middle of Florida.
Oh, that's why you're trying to make this Florida vibe.
Don't bring up the Florida vibe.
Oh, sorry.
Don't bring up the Florida. It's a secret.
And you got the gator shoes.
Yeah, these are from Shank, from Oh Yeah Socks.
Usually they say, in like gator boots.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are my gator skin.
Yeah, those are your gator shoes.
These are my gator shoes, dude.
Have you gotten cowboy boots since you've been down here?
I got some like cheap Target ones, but now I cannot stop thinking about getting.
You gotta go
some real boots
to that place, Allen's. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
I walked in the other day and I'm walking down the thing, like looking at boots, and some guy goes, "What's up, Kill Tony?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
Was it Laser? Why'd you sound like Laser?
Because it was a guy like him. Probably.
Yeah.
Laser's from. I always thought Laser was from Florida.
Yeah, he
gives off major Florida.
Well, he
vibes.
gives off very Texas to me.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm not from Florida.
Yeah.
The thing about him that doesn't seem Texas is like the bling earring.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be like.
That's not us.
That's not Florida.
That's not Florida.
What about like where people go like strangle alligators?
Yeah. No bling. There. That's his own like
Laser's his own man.
Yeah, I just watched a clip of him talking about how he lost his virginity to his second cousin. And the girl was like, "Oh, and you obviously didn't know." He's like, "Oh, we knew. We had the same last name."
He told
I'm like, "Ew."
He told us in the green room the other night he lost his virginity to a little black man and a Mexican woman.
Oh yeah. You know what? Oh shit. This is really loud.
I feel like he doesn't understand that you only lose your virginity once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Laser could lose it a couple times.
Laser, I don't think he ever had a virginity, to be honest. To be honest, I don't think he's ever fucking had one.
That's so funny.
Okay, so you just moved to Texas.
Yeah.
You're a city girl. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. We only had one club, and then once I got caught with my fake ID, that was
you
it.
couldn't go there. What was the vibe of
it? It was
club?
County Line, so it was like line dancing.
Oh.
And then, at 11, it would turn to rap.
That's
the vibe would just kind of, all the white people would hit the borders and all the black people would get in the middle, and then the Puerto Ricans skim the edges.
I love this.
And we would all dance.
This just this seems just like America in a nutshell.
It is, yeah.
So did you get what drinks did you used to drink when you first, when you started ordering drinks? Like I remember I would order a rum and Coke.
Yeah, rum and Coke was a big one.
Jack and Coke. It was like the only thing I knew how to order.
Yes. Rum and Coke was a big one. When I first started drinking, we would do like vodka cranberry a lot.
Yes.
Vodka cranberries. Anything sweet. Really, really sweet.
Did you ever get
Long Island iced tea?
I had one of those late in the game, but those fuck you up.
Yeah, they do, dude. Like my sister moved in with me. She was 22, and we went to the Comedy Store the first time. We all ordered like Jameson and mezcal, and she was like Long Island iced tea, and everybody was like, "Oh, I feel so old, dude." It wasn't even like hating on her. It was just like, dude, we're old.
Can't handle
nobody
that.
even remembered the drink existed.
That's like, yeah, when you're young, you're like, I'll have 11 pina coladas.
I'll have a few now. If I'm gambling, that's what I order.
Really? I love that. Like in Vegas?
Yes.
Do you put on a special outfit?
Sarah Weinschenk put me on a pina colada at the casino.
It's so funny. When I went 2 years ago to Skankfest, and I was on so much ketamine trying to gamble.
How was that?
It was hard. It was really hard.
Because I was in the bathroom.
Yeah,
giving away your money.
Even just paying the wrong people. I have
giving
the
all your
worst.
money to the paper towel lady. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm losing this game.
Yeah.
Exchanging. Yeah, dude. No, but when I got into college, we drank a lot.
Yeah.
I went crazy in college.
Where'd you go?
Well, I worked at this place called The Swamp.
Oh.
And it was like right across from the university. It was like it had a front lawn and a balcony. It looked like a giant house when you went into it. And it fucking rocked. It was always
a
busy.
bar? It
was a bar and a restaurant. It was a restaurant during the day, and at night and turned into a bar.
So did it smell like shit during the day?
No.
How do they do that?
Fucking rocked, dude.
How do they turn that around so fast?
They clean that shit every day and
You
night.
go to a bar in the daytime and you're like, what is that smell?
Well, yeah, New York is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
New York is disgusting. It's so
So
dirty.
the swamp. You were a bartender?
Speaking of disgusting.
Yeah.
The swamp. Yeah. I was a bartender and server, and we would just drink at work.
That's so
constantly.
fun.
During the day, at night. I mean, drinking at ice luges. Like,
There's a story. I went to college in Texas for 2 years. Went to SMU in Dallas.
yeah.
I got let go, but there was like this story that at one of the frat houses they had an ice luge and someone had herpes who was doing it, and then like 20 people got herpes
No, not
from the ice
luge.
luge. Yeah.
No.
It's like they didn't even get to have sex to get it.
I guess that is a good way to spread herpes because the ice melts and it all dribbles everywhere. Oh,
people
that's
put their
my
mouths
OCD
on it.
Nightmare, dude.
Yeah. So
well, the shit that was spread in college, you're lucky if you only got herpes.
Well, what else could you get? AIDS?
I don't know.
Because herpes is forever.
I've actually never heard of anyone having sex and getting AIDS. I don't
They
think I know.
They probably don't talk about their AIDS. They just get real thin, and you're like, they should do a whole Instagram account. Ozempic.
If they live in LA,
yeah.
Like,
Ozempic or AIDS? Ozempic or AIDS?
Ozempic or AIDS? That's a good question.
I wanted to make an Instagram handle, and it's going to be called Pregnant or Fat. And you take pictures of people on the street. Would you follow it?
No, I'm more into like industrial accidents and stuff, but I can see how it.
That was actually going to be my second Instagram, industrial accidents. Follow me.
He does get a lot of industrial accidents in his feed.
Did you look at his, ever seen his Explore page?
Yes.
I looked at my boyfriend's, and I even started talking about this because it was all Legos, and it was like a lot of like Legos and toys. He's very,
You do learn so much about
that's what I was saying. I was like, literally, it upset me the same way it would have upset me if it was like all bikini models. He didn't have any bikini models, and I'm like, what are you?
So this is what
I was like, what are you doing?
So
He's so autistic.
So my boyfriend's, I click on his algorithms. Maybe someone can break this down for me.
I will.
And the whole thing is like every fourth picture is like a whore, like bouncing her tits or like doing a thing, and then you click on it and you scroll down and it's an industrial accident, and then the rest of the feed isn't. It's like they're trying to get him to click on it to watch the thing he likes.
So it'll be that in the same Instagram.
Yeah, you know, like you go on the Explore page and it shows you all the options. It'll be like every fourth one's a whore, and it's all industrial accidents and like war stuff. And
what's your favorite
Elden
war?
Ring.
Ooh, that's tough.
Top 3 wars.
The one going on right now is pretty cool. Both going on right now.
Which did you hear the Jets the other day? Sunday? Were you here?
But I heard about them. I thought you were talking about the football team.
I thought we were going. No.
I came into the clubs and everyone was like, "You hear those planes?" I was like, "I didn't hear shit."
Oh, it was scary. I thought we were going to war.
What was it for? The game?
Yeah, I think so. But it was a jet flying over, and
because they had jets fly over the stadium.
Yeah, and boy, did it really wake you up to the reality of how scary things could get.
Well, World War III, we're already in it, apparently, right? Are we? You're a man.
Don't.
I don't know. Maybe in 20 years, like when it actually happened.
I thought it already started.
Oh, it started right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In hindsight, we'll probably think that it.
Do you think there's gonna be a civil war?
I hope. That's the one I fuck with.
You just go. You're scaring me, and then you go. I hope there's a civil war.
I don't know. The Civil War hyped me. The Civil War.
That was your favorite war. Okay, I have a question for you, which I think about often. He could answer too, because I guess he's technically on the podcast at this point. What war do you think you would do the best in, like fighting wise? Like World War I, World War II, Civil War, Revolutionary War. Like where would you thrive?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I feel like I'd be a pussy and I'd shit and piss my pants in any war as soon as it got real.
So a bunker war is better for you.
I would be hiding with the Jews
in
World War II. I'd be with them going, we should, what do we do, guys? I'm so scared. Why did I come in here with you? Why would I choose you guys? I could have fucked the...
I think World War II, because that's when they had the heroin, right?
Oh,
in the
you would have
bunkers.
thrived.
I would thrive. Is that true? Hey, I'm not feeling too good. I would take a gun and shoot myself in the leg and be like, I need more heroin.
No. Dude, what war would you thrive in, babe?
As far as tactics, probably like the Napoleonic era of warfare. I've thrived. Like I studied it so
Is that when they had like muskets and shit?
No, before that, right? No, was that before it?
What? No, they had muskets, yeah. But they were mostly.
I could see,
fighting,
but
like,
no offense, I could see you with a musket.
I would have been like an officer on a horse, like slashing people that were driving in the street.
What about like the Romans, like in like the movie?
I would like to fight in the Revolution, the American Revolution. I would go back in time.
Which side?
Really,
Civil
We
War.
need to get you a mic.
Civil War. Which side
No
would you
one's
have
gonna
been
be
on?
able to hear him.
This is taking a long pause. So you don't know if you want to fight for the slaves or not. That was a long pause. That was a long pause.
No, I'm putting myself in like truly with only the information I would have had at the time. I mean, I had a lot of
All right.
ancestors.
We're gonna have to cut
on
this.
both sides, so like I don't know. Dude. Probably the
I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy.
I just caused a riff. This is the Civil War. It just started in this apartment.
A jet flies over the apartment again.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're gonna decorate one side of the apartment blue and the other red. Because
I don't know. It's
Civil War.
nuts.
The red
we
coats.
literally might have to cut that.
The revolution. So the Revolutionary
Hold on,
War. is
Chloe.
the
You
one
got to
of-
stop talking to him because he
Sorry.
doesn't have a mic.
Okay, I'm
so
sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
I'm
He needs
sorry.
no one's gonna hear him,
Sorry. I just.
and he's being racist outwardly. So we.
How they know, dude? Why
I mean, that's crazy to not know which
all
side.
we're gonna hear is he's racist and me not be able to defend myself.
Anyways,
Fuck, dude.
I think they're
No.
gonna use TikTok and stuff to manipulate us all and help us choose
Chuck
what
thinks
side
they're
we're
gonna
on.
send. Chuck thinks they're gonna send drones, an army of drones, and just start bombing us.
Oh yeah.
And that's so scary, dude. I'm telling you, when that jet flew over, that shit did something to me.
Kim, just keep having fun on stage.
No, no, I'm not having fun on stage.
You're like looking behind.
A war is coming. I don't even know what to do. Okay, we're sitting here right now. We're potting. A jet flies over. Half the building tears open. What are we doing?
I would go straight to that guy to help us.
To who?
Chuck.
Okay. What are we doing, Chuck?
Chuck,
Where are we
what's
going?
the plan?
A jet, half the building
Falls,
blows up,
and then we're here.
falls. What do we do?
Immediately?
Immediately.
How do you help us survive?
We get out?
How?
If this building got hit with a bomb and
Yeah.
we did survive,
Yeah.
and it's the beginning of a war,
Yeah.
if the car survived, we're getting in the car, we're going to Fort Hood, and we're arming ourselves to the nearest military base, which is like an hour north there. I'm fine. I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm back.
You have to clock in to Fort Hood.
I
Dude.
like this. I like
Do
this.
you have a? Do
I'm
you have
never.
a plan
I'm
for
never leaving now. This is now my plan.
Chloe's coming over next. Jet
I'm gonna
she
take a
hears.
Lime scooter to Fort Hood because I don't have a car.
How long does it take to get to Fort Hood? You have your thumb out on the highway.
Wow.
You're trading heroin for rides.
Yeah, I don't have any other.
How'd she find that, dude? One jet.
I started
Chloe's
doing
got
heroin,
heroin.
and someone's like, "Why are you on heroin?" I was like, "I thought everybody did heroin during the wars."
Yeah.
Because it's a war.
I could see you wanting war so you could do heroin.
I've never done heroin, but when the war comes,
Loser.
yeah, I know, right? Call back.
You loser. One time I did meth by accident.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
You
think
snorted
it's
it?
ecstasy?
Oh,
Yes.
and then were you up for days?
Yep.
Was it horrible?
No.
Oh, you enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
Did you get a lot done?
A lot of walking. I got my steps in. I was in Vegas with my friend, and we
That's
stayed up for
perfect.
2 days. Yeah, and we thought it was ecstasy. I've never seen ecstasy before. I guess it's not black.
It's just a pill usually.
And yeah,
Yeah, meth is usually a powder. I thought.
it was something black and like rocky. Maybe I
Oh.
did crack.
Did you swallow it or snort it?
We snorted it.
Oh,
This feels vulnerable.
could have been Molly. Sometimes Molly can be
Whatever-
dark.
Whatever it was, we snorted it, and I was up for 2 days in Vegas,
That probably was meth.
and
Wait.
I had the time of my
Wait, did you
life.
say crack or meth?
I said meth, and then after I said it could be crack.
It could be any of it.
Really?
Who knows?
Could be all of it.
Could be all of it.
Could be a little.
As long as you got a, I dated a crackhead.
But I dealt with it pretty well. But I remember at one point my teeth were just clenched, and I was like, let's walk back to this bit. We kept just taking pictures in front of buildings. Me and my friend for like hours and just walking and drinking. and walking and drinking and walking and drinking.
Talking about what wars you guys would.
What war we'd be in. And then, yeah, dude. And then at one point I was like, I think this is meth after like the not sleeping the whole night.
It could have been.
Anyways.
I dated a crackhead. Well, I went to rehab with him and he became my boyfriend. I had this whole vision he should have been could be a model. No. And he once was, I think he relapsed. And I asked him to paint and wallpaper my apartment. And I came back, he did it in like 10 hours, wallpapered it all.
See, sometimes a little meth could be helpful.
Yeah, I was like the best. He got a lot.
Crack.
Yeah, I think he was definitely smoking crack, but he got it done fast. I was away for like 2 days and I was like, thank you. And then I broke up with him. You can't date a guy who's on crack.
Dude, people should hire crackheads to do like
To
housework.
do
'cause if
housework.
you pay them hourly.
Built everything. It's drunk Mexicans and crackheads.
Yeah, but a drunk Mexican, my friend said that she had a TaskRabbit come set up to her TV and he was like shit-faced when he
No.
came. And he was like trying to use the drill and kept like dropping it. And she was just like, I think my she texted me, she was like, I think my TaskRabbit is blacked out right now.
No.
And he was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then he like went in there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, if my TaskRabbit uses my bathroom for 20 minutes, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If he's drunk and he's in there,
He
throwing
shouldn't have
up,
even be there with the power
jacking
tools.
off, whatever he's doing. I just assume he's jacking off.
Yeah, probably.
Hammered, jacking
Probably.
off on her toilet.
I guess he just didn't have the confidence to rape her.
No, I never do.
Takes confidence in a man.
It really does. What a
Yeah.
cocky thing to do.
Yeah, literally. Like, okay, narcissist.
Yeah, you're gonna take it, you fucking creep.
How long did you look in the mirror before this? Like, I will rape. You know, it's just right. Yeah. Yeah.
I will rape.
She won't like it. She'll try to
I
run.
is kind, I is beautiful, I is rapist.
Sounds like an Apple product.
I is rapist. Yeah, dude, I don't know. That's fucking nuts. How many crackheads do you think you've dated? Oh wait, I smoked coke by accident once too.
There's a lot of accidents with you that involve very serious drugs. It feels more like a pattern than an accident.
This was an accident. I bought weed.
That's like a serial killer kills one girl and he was like, that was an accident, but it felt pretty good. I'm
And
gonna
then
keep having
another girl
accidents.
dies.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, let me tell you. I bought weed.
God, this is a problem. He's supposed to help us in the war, and now he's smoking weed.
I know. I know, dude. I bought weed. This was in New York. In New York, there's a problem with that place.
New York.
I didn't smoke coke until I was in New York. I'll tell you that much.
That's more of a Florida thing too.
That's more of a Florida thing, yeah. So I bought weed from my weed guy. He dropped it off. My old weed guy, my ex-weed guy, we broke up.
Oh no,
after
I'm so
this.
sorry.
Yeah, and then I brought it to the studio. I was at Gas, about to do a podcast with Alex. I said, let's smoke a joint. I just got some weed. I rolled a joint for everyone. We all smoked this weed. And by the time I'm done with the joint, I'm finishing the joint early because I'm going, I have an idea. We need to get inside. Immediately, I was like, I have the best idea. And I wanted to print the lyrics to this rap and have everyone rap a different chorus as the intro.
Smart. It's genius.
And I was making my white producers rap, and I was insane. And I was stopping the intro to the pod. I was like, no, you didn't get it right. Start over. I started turning into this
It's probably laced with like PCP or something.
crazed producer.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the podcast, I remember being like, I don't know how to explain what's going on with me, but I feel like I'm strapped to the front of a rocket and I'm flying into outer space. I was like, my heart is racing faster than it's ever raced. Can you guys Google fentanyl symptoms? and the podcast is me making them Google the symptoms of fentanyl.
Oh wow.
And contemplating calling 911, like me having it on and being like, should I call 911 on myself? I'm freaking out. And then them being like, we're really high too. And I'm
because
like,
everybody
no.
smoked the same
yeah,
thing.
And I'm like, did we all smoke fentanyl? Are we all going to start passing out and no one's going to be able to help us because everyone here smoked?
yeah.
Now I'm paranoid. Now I'm crying. Then I go from crying to
Were you
being
still
more
recording
relaxed.
this whole time?
Yeah. Oh, we put out the whole episode. It's called Embrace the Lace.
Oh
By
my
the end
god.
of it, I was feeling great, but it took a second.
That's a wild ride. That sounds like a lifetime.
And then when I examined the bag of weed, It had little Coke in the corners.
Yeah, it was
He
probably just
reused a
laced.
bag
Oh.
that he had his shit in, and it sprinkled on the weed, and then we smoked the weed. See, it was an accident. It was, Mom.
Was finishing the rest of the bag an accident?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that I have seen a girl before rip open a bag
Bag
of
and
Coke and
lick it?
lick it.
Put it on your gums.
Like literally while not being able to stand.
I've been there.
I've seen. I wasn't gonna say it was you, but
I've been there. It's the glory days.
man, you've had so much crazier times. I mean, I used to do crazy shit like me and my friend when we were 13.
You're still young. You have a year. You can catch up.
That's true. I do have a year to catch up, and I might because I'm competitive. When I was 13, me and my friend Rachel would write to like pedophiles in chat rooms.
Oh
We
my
would tell them we're
God.
13, and they would be like 40, and then we'd tell them to meet us at a park, and then we would like go across the street from the park and just watch them show up and look for us.
That's so crazy.
So
That's great. How did you find them? Was there like a certain pedophile chat?
it was when chat rooms started.
I
Like, they were-
loved like AIM.
Remember, you would go to like, yeah, AIM, but AIM was mostly your friends or anyone you gave your thing to. But you could go online and there would be like a almost Craigslist page of the internet, and it would be like chat rooms. There was a section that you'd click on chat rooms, and then it would give you all the different options, and you could go to teen chat rooms, which is exactly where a pedophile would go.
Oh.
So we'd go to teen chat rooms and we'd be chatting with people, and they'd message and they'd be like, actually, like you could chat in the chat room, and then you can send private chats to people that you see in the chat room. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. And then, then a lot of the pedophiles came on Club Penguin.
What is Club Penguin? That is definitely, that sounds like a club for pedophiles.
It's kind of like The Sims, but you have to have like money in your account, and you get to like build and buy igloos, and you can do like chats and make friends with people. It's like a lot of little kids, but you have to get like your allowance in your like bank, so you can buy your igloos and toys. And my boyfriend, we'll call him that, he one of his best friends was obsessed with Club Penguin when he was little, and the kid had all his money in the account, and it was like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he like left it there, and then he came back like 15 years later, and he had like almost $1 million. And the reason why he had any money in the account to begin with, because when the kid was like 11, he found on like the dark web, he started sending nudes of himself to pedophiles, and they would pay him, and so he could use the money for Club Penguin to buy igloos.
Whoa. He got diddled for a bill?
He did what he did it. He just was sending nudes just so he could play.
How old was he?
He was like 11 or something, just so he could play Penguin. His parents didn't even know. Now he could buy a house.
That's a crazy fucking story.
And then the kid like forgot about it. He just had like left it in there. He like
You know him?
He moved on. He's my boyfriend's family friend.
Oh my God, that is nuts, dude.
Yeah, but he never told anyone about it. He was just balling out in Club Penguin, and everyone was like, "Wow, he's killing it. He has so many igloos,
dude." That's insane. He's just taking little nudie pics for igloos.
He's sending them to pedophiles.
He was in such a serious game for such a funny reason.
Yeah.
He was like in
He
pedophile rings just so he could buy little igloos.
He had no idea how dark it was. He thought it was just a quick way to make a buck,
Yeah.
Like sending photos of his child dick. Like, how did he even find these people? And like, how did he even know how to market it? Like, how did he know the price?
Dude, that guy was like one timeline away from being Bill Gates when he just
seriously
sent his own wiener for
it was like that
nudes
kid
for
was like a
igloos
child genius, and the fact that he never told anyone about it was just like he was just
How
doing
did
it.
people know? He told them as adults?
Yeah, because he randomly looked and he saw it in his Bitcoin wallet. He had like almost $1 million, and his parents were like, "How'd you even have money in there to begin with?" And he was like, "Oh, sending some pics." When I was like 10, 11.
Okay, if you're a parent and your son tells you that as an adult, are you happy he got the $1 million still?
Probably if he didn't actually have to have sex with any of the men.
And he was fine, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you did it.
You did it. I'd be like, "There's my boy."
That's my boy. I know that, way.
I'd just be like, "Did you show your face?"
Right. You know he did. You know he did.
Shit, selfies.
That's fucked up, dude. Yeah.
It's kind of genius.
That's
But-
genius. I want to figure out a way to start scamming pedophiles. That sounds like a fun job.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really fun job. Scamming pedophiles.
Yeah, you know Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
He had a podcast at Stand Up New York. And it was called How to Catch a Predator.
Okay. How to Catch a Predator?
Something like that. Or
Okay.
like I got caught as a predator, and he kept asking the people that had been on the show to come on as a guest of the podcast, and they're like,
The Predators?
Yeah, they're like, no, you put me in jail. I'm not coming on your podcast.
Did any of them do it?
They must have. Because the guy who engineers my podcast in New York, he was the engineer on that.
Wow, those people will fall for anything. It's crazy. I love
That's good.
I love watching the ginger dude that meets up with pedophiles.
No, I don't know.
Oh, the TikTok of the ginger dude that tricks pedophiles, and then he's like, he like
Oh.
bullies them. He's like, come on, if you talk to me, I won't call the police. Just tell me everything, and I won't call the police. And so they'll tell everything, and then he'll go 911, like immediately, like turn on
Who is this
them.
guy? I gotta check it out.
I don't know his name.
I gotta get more into TikTok.
I don't know his name. I just know he's this fat ginger dude.
He looks he's probably looking for tips. Yeah, it was all the time they were like doing laundry on To Catch a Predator. Like, give me 1 second, I'm gonna get some cookies.
I made cookies. That's the line. If you're showing up to meet a 13-year-old girl and you hear I made cookies, you better run your ass out of there.
Yeah.
You better get out.
Or
There's no
she's doing
cookies.
laundry.
Yeah, if first of all, a 13-year-old girl casually doing laundry before she fucks a 40-year-old man, what world are you in?
Well, probably their perfect world.
Yeah, they're
'Cause
like, she's a housewife
wife,
and a house girl.
a house. She's a house
A
child.
house baby.
A house baby.
She's my house baby. Ugh.
Classic.
I always loved there's this comedian, Ryan Stout, and he had this really funny joke about child molesters. He's like, I don't get it. Who wants to make a kid more sticky?
Ew.
It's like one of my favorite one-liners ever, and it's so true. We also used to like tease another I talk about this on stage, a disabled
Kid at school.
no, adult pedophile.
Oh, I was like, oh, classic. Making fun of the disabled kid in your class.
I guess I shouldn't have paused there. That was a really bad place to pause. But yeah, this dude named Jerry.
A disabled pedophile?
He wasn't not a pedophile. He would literally pull his dick out when we would walk by him, and he'd be in the wheelchair, like dick out, like
That was the best he could do.
yeah,
Jerry. He couldn't get to you.
and that thing was thanging.
He had to wait for you to come to him.
Yeah,
That's-
he just put the bait out.
Yeah,
like,
you
it was like a fishing
Jerry's
pole
like,
on his
I'm
lap.
just putting out the vibe.
Yeah, dude, and we would we would fuck with him.
What would you do?
We'd almost tease him to come bring his dick out so we could laugh.
That's so dark.
Because we were like 10. We'd be like, his dick's out again.
Ah! You're like, classic Jerry.
Classic Jerry. And he would just be hard as a rock, and we'd be like, dick out.
You know, like if it had been this time period, you would be making merch. If you were like a 10-year-old and you had Jerry on the corner, you'd be like, like I saw Jerry's dick.
I'd
and
be
it would
the
be like
10-year-old Hawk Tua, but
Yeah.
it'd be Jerry molesting me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a flag on his wheelchair and everything.
What type of flag?
Like those triangle flags.
Oh,
A red one.
so people could see him coming.
Mm-hmm. Cars.
There's a red flag.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm really bad at seeing red flags in men.
Are you?
Yeah. I think that they're amazing. You see him and I'm like, he's perfect.
Really?
Yeah. And you know how women are just like, I saw this meme, you've probably seen it. It's like, unless he's in a diaper, you can't change him.
Oh,
Have you heard that one?
no, I have not.
Isn't
But
that one good?
That just did something to me.
Yeah.
That did something to me spiritually.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's so weird now that Chuck's gone.
I didn't even notice he left.
It's like a void.
It is a void. It looks like a ghost of him was sitting
Yeah,
there.
you can see like where his
He's
butt
so
was.
quiet. He freaks me out, dude. Like, I consider myself a light sleeper, and the way I don't hear him ever. I don't hear him come down the stairs. I don't hear him walk. He's the
I
quietest.
didn't even see him leave either.
No,
I just looked over and he was gone.
He does that, and I wake up at night, and he's just not there.
Where do you think
I wake up he comes up here and he plays the game or something.
Oh.
But I wake up in the morning, he's out making food, and I'm like, when did you leave the bed? Like, we share a bed. How did I not hear you at all?
Yeah.
It's scary.
How did you guys meet?
We met in Florida on a
Mm.
dating app.
In Florida.
In Florida, when I went home, one time I said this on a podcast for Christmas break. I go home every Christmas. I do consider it Christmas break.
Spring break. Do you have spring break still?
No, I'm too old for that. Okay.
Okay. Excuse me.
I'm
Excuse
34,
me.
please. No. When I went home for Christmas, we met, and then we've been hanging out ever since.
This recent Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Chuck? Can I ask?
He's 31.
You got to get him young. Well, my boyfriend's 26, which is not healthy. But can't win them all. But he's tall.
Yeah, dude. They only get shorter the older they get.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
So.
But he has scoliosis, so he's 6'3", but he presents at about 6'1.5".
And then emotionally,
He bends
and then
over.
emotionally,
6 years old.
Oh fuck, dude. Well, you know what? It's not easy to see red flags sometimes. Some of these dudes are good at hiding,
Especially
them.
when they're so tall.
Yeah, and when they're so tall. And you know what? I feel like sometimes women like trick themselves into thinking they're the problem.
Oh, yeah.
When it's actually the guy that's
And
the
then
problem.
it's the easiest to think that when the guy tells you you're the problem,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and it's easy just to blame yourself when you're a woman anyways.
It's like it's what we're
That's
done.
that's what we're made for.
That's what we were made for.
We say sorry for no reason. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love blaming
Oh my
ourselves.
God. I wanted to try to test myself and spend a full day without saying sorry.
How'd it go?
I haven't done it yet. I want to do it.
Yeah, dude, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
I say sorry constantly. Sometimes I'll hear girls say sorry for things they didn't even do.
Yeah. If they get hit by a car and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, or yes, exactly.
Mhm.
They get out and they say sorry.
Do you ever feel like getting hit by a car? Like in New York, I feel like if I got hit by a car, I'd be really just embarrassed. Where instead of like upset, I'd just be more embarrassed in front of
Yeah,
everyone.
In
Like,
New York, it feels embarrassing.
or if you fall in the street, like it's embarrassing to do that in New York. Whereas like anywhere else, like it's like, oh my God, are you
Yeah.
okay? But in New York, everyone's like, ugh, what a fucking idiot.
True. Yeah, it's more embarrassing in New York than anywhere else. I mean, I think the best place to fall, actually, falling by yourself is really embarrassing.
It's so awkward.
It's almost
And
more
then you have to-
embarrassing than falling in front of people. I don't know because
But when you fall by yourself or in front of people, you have to be like, I'm fine. And then like you hold in the tears and then you go to a private place, you're like, I'm not okay.
yeah, that's true.
God, that's
But
why
when
I
you
can't-
fall by yourself, you still feel like someone was watching.
If
Isn't
I
that
don't-
weird?
Yeah, if I don't have a boyfriend, who do I call when I fall? That was like poetic, but that was very poetic. He's down there.
Oh yeah.
Who do I call when I fall?
Don't
I'll call you.
call me. I can't help you. What do you want me to do, Chloe? Get up.
Say it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't like physically pick you up,
yeah. No, I'm not like a grandma. I don't need help. But
Actually, I could fireman drill you over my shoulder, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are
easily.
you still fighting?
No.
You quit?
Yeah.
Why? You got too good?
I got a black eye
Oh God.
and I quit.
Wow. Were you doing MMA fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, was it scary?
Yeah.
Were the girls like wild?
I wasn't doing MMA fighting. I was training a little bit of that at a gym, but I got a black eye in jiu-jitsu.
Someone just punched you in the face?
No, someone slipped on sweat and their elbow landed on my eye.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, while I was laying down, they just.
And then you were telling everyone, no, jujitsu, and everyone's like, code for her husband hit her.
Yeah, no, dude. The craziest thing is when you get a black eye, you don't realize how many people will bring it up to you. And I'm like, thank God this is from jujitsu and not a man, because I would be traumatized. The amount of people. I was checking out a store and
People are like, are you okay?
no, one of the cash registers said, someone really got you, huh?
Isn't
Isn't that the most insane thing to say to
Yeah.
a woman with a black eye?
I thought that they're going to be like, do you need help?
No, a lot of the people were like, what happened?
That's crazy.
A lot of my friends were like, tell me the truth. What happened? Yeah. And then, but a lot of people just look at you like you're abused, but you'd be shocked how many people were like, oh, you got a black eye.
Do you get any free shit?
No,
Oh.
but it did look cool.
Yeah.
It was the perfect black eye. I took lots of pictures and video. It was a good one.
The other night on stage, there was a girl in the front row who had an eye patch, but then she had like a cat eye on the other eye, and she was like dead front row. I was like, oh, whoa, eye patch. What happened?
What happened?
I was like, I had a lazy eye. I had an eye patch at one point. She goes, no, I don't have an eye. And I was like, oh. And then I didn't know what to do. So I said, I love what you've done with the other one. She had like a full cat eye.
Did everyone laugh?
Not really. Because
That's so funny.
I was like probably like 10th on the stage at this weird show. So it'd probably been like already addressed.
So funny, dude.
I didn't know what to do. And then after I said that, I was
I love what you've done with the other eye.
like,
It's so funny when you say something on stage that is funny and no one laughs.
yeah.
Like, that's fucking hilarious. I love what you've done with the other eye. That would hit for me hard. And sometimes as a comedian, I'm watching other comics on stage and the crowd's just not vibing. And something they say is so funny and I'm the only one that laughs. And I'm like, how? How did no one think that was funny?
But you know how comics laugh different than regular people?
Yeah.
Like someone says something funny, and as a comic, I'm like, ha!
Yeah.
You know,
That's exactly what
you
I
do
said
the-
in my head was,
Nah.
ha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
how you can always know if it's a comic laughing at your joke. Because you get the ha.
Yeah. Or that's funny.
Yeah. Right? Because they're like, fuck, why didn't I think of that?
That's funny. If you hear a comic go, that's funny, like that, you hit on a good one.
Then they like you.
Yeah.
Then they really like
They
you.
really like you. Oh, God, I'm exhausted with stand up.
Me too. I did 5 shows on Saturday,
Yeah.
and I was like, I think this is too much.
Yeah, once I hit the 4th, it's like moving to Austin, there's so many spots. And now I'm like, once I hit the 4th one some nights, I'm like, 4 is too many. Because then I start forgetting.
I
I don't know
forgot.
if I said it already or like it
That's-
starts feeling like I.
That's happened to me on my like 4th or 5th set. I was at the mothership, and I was talking, and then I was like, wait, did I tell them this joke yet? Because I was like kind of mixing it up, and then I said, I was like, did I tell you guys the one about rape yet? And to the audience, and they're like, no. I'm like,
Keep going, girl.
I was like, okay, because it was just like, exactly.
I've watched
forgot.
a comic do a joke and then do the same joke right after.
Were they drunk?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Every scenario, Chloe's like, that's happened to me when I was drunk.
Yeah.
I've actually done that before. One time I had a dream that I was doing a sold out stadium and the only word I could remember was cilantro.
Mm.
And I just kept saying cilantro over and over again. It was just crickets. And I kept doing it like cilantro
Yeah.
in different ways.
That's what do you think it means?
I don't know, dude.
Huh.
What do you think it means?
I think it means that you are looking for an extra bit of flavor to your comedy. You were looking to spice things up so you could get to the stadium level.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, anytime. I do it all.
Miss Chloe.
Yep.
You should do a Miss Cleo, but Miss Chloe.
Yes, and people call in.
And you do some racist accent.
Okay. Yeah, she actually wasn't even Jamaican.
See?
Did you like?
If she could do it, you can too.
Except for every time I do an accent, I don't know. I'm just like tone deaf. So like, and whenever I try to do accents that come out like Indian or Jamaican, and like I'm trying to do like this Hitler impression, and I just don't know if it sounds German.
Let me hear your German accent.
I say like, it's about like if Hitler went to therapy,
Okay.
he would just be like, "Oh no, this is all wrong. I'm not even mad at the Jews. I'm mad at myself."
I've never heard Hitler.
Is that a
hit for
German
me.
accent?
Was that good German?
Yeah.
Okay, hit me with a Jamaican.
Oh man, yeah.
Whoa.
Call Miss Cleo. Is that bad? Really? Was it? I can't do accents.
You hit Hitler on the second one.
Did I
hard.
really?
No, I don't think so.
God,
No.
see, I
that
don't
was
know.
not bad. That was not bad.
Can you do a good German accent?
No.
Can you do any accents?
Eh.
Is that like a sex? Is that for like a
What's my German?
the Jews?
Eh.
The Jews.
I cannot do an Irish accent. I mean, I think it's the hardest accent to. My name.
Oh, my name is Colum. You can't.
Colum.
You're such a cunt.
Oh, that's a little Australian too.
Fuck. See, I can't do any accents.
But it's closer than mine.
Oh yes, I threw a shrimp on the barbie. I threw up on the baby.
Baby.
Threw up on the baby.
And she was a female with a baby.
Yeah.
I threw up on the baby cat.
I threw up on my pregnant cat.
All right, that's our time.
That was a good rap. Fucking genius.
Chloe, thanks so much for doing
Thank
the
you
pod.
for
You're fucking
having me.
hilarious. Where can people find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Chloe LaBranche, LA. And then those are all my handles for everything. And then I'm going to get a Club Penguin soon.
She's going to be selling nudies for heroin on Club Penguin.
Yeah, exactly.
In about 2 weeks.
Kim does my PR, so marketing.
All right. Make sure you follow Chloe, you guys. Check out my show dates, kimcongdon.com. Childless MILF on YouTube, Magic Prank Show on Netflix. My other podcast, This Bitch with Sarah Wineshank. And I will be at the DC Comedy Loft November 14th through 17th. I think that's right. So make sure you get tickets for that. And I'm excited, dude. We'll see you next week. Bye.